traders, welcome back to another Relentless recap. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Here we go. All right, a couple of stocks traded today. Well, actually, one stock traded today. We looked at a couple of them though. So we'll go over the rest of them really quickly, just for the other news. SATX, guys. SATX was crazy volatile. Now, pretty light volume, but it did go from lows around 41 to a high of 79. Pretty crazy. We also then had GRND, which did a pretty crazy move as well. This one went from 12.96 to 71. Now you might have asked, hey, Relentless, how come you didn't trade these stocks? Guys, the liquidity, the volume was the only issue here for me. A lot of the times the setups will apply, but when the volume is so light, I tend to stay away because the spreads are huge. Scalping becomes very difficult. You can buy some pullback trades, but even then you got to really watch out, because if you get caught against the trades here, it will not be good. When we finally gave out, we went from a high of 71 to a low of 40, just over a couple of candles. So you got to really be careful with some of these stocks, guys. GRND also gave another big move. Once again, light volume. Now, that was it, I believe, for major stocks. PXMD, the one that we did trade, this thing was aggressive. It started off nicely. Beautiful move here into the very first minute of the open. I did have a level mapped out for the potential gap and go. The pivot, which was around 230, 233. Now, the reason I'm not taking this kind of a trade is because Thinkorswim usually lags in the first minute of the open. This is also one of the reasons why I'm looking forward to opening another platform over time, is so that I can trade the very first minute of the day and potentially give myself a chance at doing better in terms of just seeing more gains. So we made a move from 26 to 62 in the first minute of the open. Absolutely beautiful, absolutely aggressive. This thing absolutely rips, and we almost got up there to the pre-market highs. Well, maybe not quite. Pre-market highs were at 290, so maybe not quite, but it did give a beautiful move nevertheless. So we can take a look here at some of the trades on the live stream from today, and we'll talk a little bit about some of the levels that I was looking at, and how I was able to make the $300. Could have done a little bit better on this stock, but all in all, not terrible. Let's fast forward just a little bit here so we can watch back some of these bigger moves. So here we go. Okay, we got it muted, which is good. Here we go into the open. PXMD. So as we start, I pulled up OBS there to make sure I was recording the other screen, right? But as we start, you can see we're pushing 41. This thing is moving up nicely. It's not looking bad. 44. So at the moment we really open on the day, it starts to push. 29, 30, 34. It jumps. Buyers are coming in. 39. It's climbing here. And if you can get that entry 33, 34 for this very first minute, that's where you can maybe sell half right here at 40. Look to hold the rest. So this thing continued to push. And we're gonna fast forward a little bit more just for time, but it continues to grind. There's 250. For me, in this particular point in time, what I'm looking for is now a pullback trade. Anytime a stock starts to rip up very aggressively, a pullback trade, a dip trade is usually the best option here. So the 1 minute pullback, and that's what we start to see right here. We had a low 48 right there, 48. I'm watching at it. How low can we go? How low will we go? And how well is this going to dip down? So here we go. It comes to a low 44. But when the stock is now giving the very first bottom, the bottom happened to have been 44 right there. It's usually hard to tell where we're going to bottom out. A lot of times I'm looking at level 2. I'm trying to, identify where I want to get long in the trade. And so right here, I'm watching at it to see if it wants to come down, retest those levels, maybe go a little lower. And so I like the stock for an entry because our 5 minute candle here is looking pretty bullish, right? So let's skip ahead. It comes down here to 46. Did not go lower. And you can see this volume that gets in right here. Look at this volume. Look at this. Boom, 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 boom. Jumps up. And that's when I started to realize, okay, I got to try and get in. And so I wanted it to pull back slightly a little lower, but it's not going to. And I'm going to end up taking it here for my first entry. Right, so I zoomed in a little bit more in the charting there. This is where I'm going to take it. I'm like, okay, it does come back to 46 actually, one last time. This is going to be a late buy, 46 comes in. I'm like, okay, I got to take it. So I didn't take it quite at 46, but I'm in at 49. And right here, I'm like, okay, let's give it a chance and see how well it curls up right here, because it seems like it might be getting ready. So I'm in, and I'm not in with huge size. I start to unwind the trade here around 57. High of days at 62. So I'm unwinding shares here, unwinding shares. I'm holding 1500. There's 58. I want to be holding into and through the push through the highs, but it seems like it's stalling out right there, so I took it all off. I am going to give back. So it's going to come down, right? It's going to come down. Watch this. So it drops to like 53 here. 52. Oh, dude, this trade took some time to really get that fill in there. Let's see. I'm getting shares to fill at 51, 51, 51, 52, 52, 52. Some of the earlier shares getting filled at 52. This was a slow order, man. Wow. Anyhow, so I'm in an average of 51. But when we pull back like this off the highs, we just held the lows at 46, right? And 44. Now you can argue that, hey, Relentless, this is potentially rejecting the highs, but I didn't think so quite yet at the time. I thought, okay, maybe it's going to take a quick pause to then bounce back immediately 55, 56, 57. So as I got in, I wasn't liking the green that I was seeing on the tape. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to get out. But you see that bounce there, 55. So I'm going to potentially miss this trade here by a couple of seconds. I'm out a little too soon. Now it's only 4 cents, but it's still something. For 4 cents, 3,000 shares, 2,500 shares. What is that? $100, $120. So I'm gonna try it again here. This time my order's on the bids at 50, and I'm realizing, okay, it's not bouncing. I'm gonna fast forward here a little bit. So this is how I ended up giving back a little bit. I'm gonna try it one last time here. Let's see. We get up there. I don't believe I sold this position. 54. Did I take any off the table? No, it doesn't seem like I did. And so right here I'm watching 55. So you can see I was up a little bit unrealized, 50, 60 bucks or so. Only came out with $12 of gains. So yeah, I'm gonna have to wait again, right? So let's come back. Let's fast forward a little bit. So it comes down one more time. 46. And I take 47 this time. And hey, can we curl up? 53. So I'm taking some profits off the table as it pushes up a little bit here. 54. I'm selling. Can we see 56? 57. 58. Taking profits. Come on. Can we see the move? I want to hold, but I want high of day. So I'm trying to hold this position here. But we're not getting the push. So I'm back out again. It tries one more time here. Let's see, I attempted a quick scalp. So you see this small pivot that's coming in here on the charting, because we had issues at 55 on this count. So I'm like, okay, over 55, it's possible it rips right to 60, 65. So I attempted the scalp here, but it's not going to be the best trade. I'm going to be in and out quickly, not really for any major gains. As soon as I'm in 55, can we see a move? 58, I'm trying to take it off up there. Not quite getting the fills I would have wanted. And I don't remember how high this went. Did we go here? So I'm backing again on the lower side, 52. Scratch trade, it comes lower. So you can see I'm throwing some shares out there trying to give it a chance. But the better entries are around 47 here, 48. And from here, we had one last high of day attempt and it sold off. Right here, it goes to highs and then sells off. This is a good pattern. Now, we do have 3 topping wicks on the one. But you can see the 5-minute charting is looking good. Beautiful bullish candle. Pulled back with lighter volume. Holding above VWAP. First 5-minute candle to make the new high in a hot market right here at 60. It's good money. In hot markets, this is going to the moon. You can see the 3-minute as well. We had a couple of topping wicks. But now we got full body candles. We want to go up here and make new highs, but we need more volume. So here we go. It hits a high of 63. 60, 63. I'm not taking the breakout trade here because I know the breakout trades are having a hard time. And so it doesn't quite hold 63 for the push to the upside. So I'm watching at it. I'm watching it. I'm going to try and go short here. Boom. I thought I had 2,500 shares here, by the way. It's worth mentioning that I thought I had 2,500 shares. I tried to go short at 56. Rejected. Top left, the order is rejected. I didn't even notice I had this small size until later. But yeah, watch it how it fluctuates here. 55, 56. It never gets back to high of day. I don't even think it gets back to 60. 56, 56, and then it sells off here. Look at this. So that short trade would have been a nice trade. Why am I buying here? Because this is the place where I would potentially cover this trade if it's flushing down hard. At least some of it, you know. So I thought we would have had a chance to get a bounce. I am going to give back a little bit off the top. I'm up 338. I'm going to give back a little off the top because I'm not going to get a chance to get the bounce. And guys, that was really and truly the day. So it was some good trading. You know, we gave it a shot in some of the key areas. You know, once again, a couple of trades here trying to get that bounce. It's not going to happen. In fact, the bounce is not going to come all the way up until, I believe, like 10:05. Yep. And not only that, listen to this. Let's put on the audio so you guys can see how in tune I was with the charting, in tune with what was going on with in terms of analysis, right? Let's listen into the short trade that I'm going to call out here. Some people will reshort it. You know, in at 56, 58, 60, 55, all that, you know, that range, and covering right here into this move. Covering, taking off the gains, and it's like, hey, all right, if it comes back to 50, I think it goes back down again. And then, you know, by lunch hour, can we be at like, you know, let's say like 215? Can we get this next leg down again over the next, you know, couple of hours? I think the best days for me are gonna come on stocks at like $16. It's less than. I'm willing to take 20 potential. Let's say let's add VWAP here. It's, you know, 45. Is this the reshort here? Right. How high does it go? Right. I said high 40s, so let's see how high does it go. Will we see a rejection here, or will this, you know, that lower percentage chance happen and it crawls back up to 60? By the way, it's important to mention if that happens, I'll be interested in it to the long side again. If this gets back to like 60, I'll be interested in the long side. Is all of this the reshort? 46, 47. Is all of this the reshort, you know? Is all of this the reshort? 46, 47. And that analysis is going to be spot on, right? Because look at this. We get a high of 47, and then we start to break down, right? It does curl back up slightly, and we can look at the charting here in a sec, but you can see how it starts to break down at 33 over the next, you know, 5, 10, 15 minutes. And, you know, now here we are at a low of, before it bounces, we had a low of like 22, I believe. So, you know, it was a great call out, man. Excellent call out, and that ended up being the day. You know, it was an excellent day. Um, so, you know, we had some talks about not trade ideas. What's it called? Cobra trading. I don't know why I said that. Cobra trading. Uh, you know, which is a broker that can be used to go short. So yeah, guys, that was the day, man. We had some great call outs, a beautiful stream, and you know what did we say? Hey, by lunch hour, can we be at 215? You know, lunch hour, let's say 12 p.m., we had lows of what, 216, we had highs of 225, and it just kept going lower. This was such a great call out, you know. So guys, stay tuned for some great content here, man. The live streams, we go live every weekday morning around 9 a.m. So be sure to tune in on Monday morning. You know, we'll be live again going over the trades. It was a solid day today. The stock just didn't give any more opportunities, and you know, from where I was looking at it, I didn't get a chance to really trade this first candle, which was the best candle. And you know, after this first move, we didn't get the next leg up here, because this is what we want, right? Next move, flag, next move, and then flag again. And then if it does pull back up here, and you know the 200 EMA and it drops down, and that's okay. But we didn't even get a second or third move. So if we get a second or third move, is where I can capitalize a big green candle and maybe see, you know, a bunch more gains. So it's how it is, though. You know, sometimes the stocks aren't going to be super strong, so we just take what we can get, and then we leave the markets. So yeah, guys, that was the day. It's been Relentless Trader. I hope you did enjoy. Quick recap here, heading into the weekend. We will be live on Sunday around 6 p.m., 5 p.m. Eastern time for a quick Q&A/study session. So stay tuned, guys. It's been Relentless Trader, and I am, of course, signing out.